Good morning, everyone. My name is Susan Sternberg. I am the new interim director here at this fabulous public library. I was joking earlier that this was the smartest job decision I ever made. I've been here for 2 weeks. So I came in at the end and took us across the finish line, not at all. So I first want to introduce Leah Bassant, Leah, who will lead us in America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for waves of amber gray, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for patriot dreams that sees beyond the years. Thine alabaster cities gleam undimmed by human tears. America, America, God shed His grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. America, America, God shed His grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Thank you, Leah. I only have a couple of words today, again, because I haven't been here long enough to have a lot of words. But this is an extraordinary accomplishment that took years, possibly decades. I see people nodding. And it couldn't have been done without a huge number of people who Margaret will tell you all about. I just want to remind you of something. We're here to celebrate the opening of this building, and you will be as gobsmacked as I was as you make your way through the building. You will be thrilled. I do, however, want to say just a couple of words beyond the building. This building could not be in the condition that it is now without the work of an amazing number of people. And the people who I want to call out are the staff and volunteers of the library. On their behalf, I say thank you. As you go around the building today, you'll see staff members, not myself, I'm incognito, as you know, with name tags on. And I would hope that you could take a moment as you see them in the building to thank them for all of the work, all of the passion, all of their blood, sweat, and tears that went into making this library what it is today and what it has been for the last many, many years. They've done extraordinary work, and they did it for all of you and for the residents of Haverford. They deserve our huge thanks, along with all of the people that Margaret Fox-Tully will tell you about. Let me introduce Margaret, the president of our Board of Trustees. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Susan. As we can see in this room, what we're celebrating today is community. the efforts of an enormous number of people, individuals and groups who've come together, united to advance the common good. Of course, we are so proud and honored to have had the support of our Board of Commissioners, who have had the vision and foresight to make this a reality. And led by Dave Berman and Amy Cuthbertson, who were such terrific shepherds of this project all the way through. And obviously many, many, many other folks. We had support from our federal legislators. Mary Gay Scanlon wasn't able to be here today. We all know she's pretty busy right now in Washington, but she gave us enormous support in this project. We're very happy to have our state rep Greg Vitale here with us today, as well as our DA Jack Stolzheimer, our DA and neighbor Jack Stolzheimer. Delighted to have Dr. Monica Taylor with us from our county council, and Annie Lapley and representatives from the Delaware County Library System. So this is the work of fantastic architects and designers, builders and managers. It's the work of volunteers. It's the work of generous donors who contributed to our capital campaign. It's the work of patient and understanding neighbors whose lives were disrupted over the last 2 years. It is, as Susan said, the work of an all-star staff of library professionals who have maintained service to this community throughout this very long project. This past summer at the column signing, I talked about the fact that those of us who are standing here today, those of us whose names go up on that plaque, we recognize we're just the last leg of a relay race. This race started with directors who came before us, trustees who came before us, commissioners who came before us. We're just lucky enough to be here at the finish line to celebrate today. But all of this good intention, all of these many wonderful and talented people coming together wouldn't have got us to this point without strong leadership. And our Board of Trustees was very fortunate to have a president who really shepherded most of this project, who brought to the table a unique set of skills. He's a coalition builder. He's a person who is passionate about libraries. He's got the most curiosity of anyone I've ever met. You never know if you're talking about any given topic, he might say, I just read a book about that. So really what I am so proud to do is invite to the podium our past president and current board member, Phil Goldsmith.
Thank you, Margaret. Margaret and I joined the board at the same time 8 years ago, and she's been a wonderful partner all of these years and a great leader, so I thank her. Since we are reopening the library, I will take the liberty of borrowing from some book titles to guide my remarks. Let me begin with Homer's Odyssey. Like his, it's been quite the journey. Years, indeed decades in the making, with their own versions of Cyclops and Sirens. But even with the pitfalls involved, we, like Dickens, always focused on our own great expectations. And there was Shakespeare's Hamlet. To be or not to be? That is a question. But it is nobler to endure the hardships of building here on Mill Road, or at Brookline, or wherever. When you head upstairs and see the new teen room, you will think of E.M. Foster's novel, A Room with a View. It is quite the sight, as is this entire library. During the past several years, I couldn't get Hemingway's Old Man in the Sea out of my mind. You can guess who the old man was. And the sea was the various waves we had to jump over to survive. There was COVID, stopped us in our tracks for a year. and an unexpected catch-22 zoning board decision that knocked us for a loop. There were new elected officials with new ideas, new questions, all valid, but the clock kept on ticking. But the title or the phrase I can't get out of my mind is, "It takes a village to raise a child," or in this case, it took a village to renovate, expand, and modernize our library. Gathered here today is our village, our dedicated unpaid board members, Scott Lowe, Deb Morley, Debbie Sella, Alice Callison, Deidre, our unbelievable staff, our very understanding and tolerant neighbors, our wonderful and indispensable construction managers, our architects, the construction workers. We received, as Margaret said, a helping hand from the state, federal, and county governments, and our generous donors. Last but not least, our dedicated township officials, our elected commissioners, and Township Manager Dave Berman and his staff. They did what they should have done. They questioned us, debated among themselves, held our feet to the fire, deliberated. When all was said and done, they saw the forest from the trees and provided us with the means to get this job done. 3 years ago, almost to the day, I reported at our annual meeting some of our trials and tribulations we were facing. But I concluded by saying that when all is said and done, we will forget how long it took to get the job done. Instead, we will bask in the warmth of our wonderful modern library that will serve our residents, their children, and their children's children for years to come. And so it is. To quote Fred Rogers, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Dave Berman, our township manager, and I've dealt with a lot of people in public office. Dave is among the best. We are very lucky to have him.
I'm the last person I ever expected to be talking at a ribbon cutting for a library. But as I walked up here this morning in the rain, a little rain, a little damp, a little chilly, I could feel the warmth, the warmth of this community. It's just amazing. Who feels it, right? You all feel the warmth. It's terrific. It's like cozying up to a good book, right? With maybe 100 or a couple hundred friends. Thanks for being here today. We're celebrating a new chapter in the history of Haverford Township. It's a big deal, right? Yes, it's been a long time coming. Way before I got here, those discussions started, and somebody said we're just the last link in a relay, right? And there'll be many more after us, and they're going to enjoy this beautiful library. But the project wasn't without its challenges. Logistics, a temporary library, a bookmobile, a parking lot, change orders, headaches. Funding was always an issue, and we received funding from a lot of great sources, federal, state, commissioners, and ARPA, the American Rescue Plan Act. And every time we complete a project for which we paid for, with ARPA funds, I have to take a moment to remember the folks that we lost during COVID, right? The American Rescue Plan Act was to help us get out of COVID, to help us recover. And I remember two people in particular that were close to Haverford Township. Sergeant Kevin Redding, who passed away during COVID, and Nick Zava of the Oakmont Fire Company, who also passed away during COVID. So we're all going to remember COVID. We're all going to remember the people we lost. And of course, this is a joyous occasion, but we use those funds to pay, in part, to pay for this beautiful library. So a library is not just a building, and I'm not as well read as Phil Goldsmith, of course, but I'm going to paraphrase. It's a place where you're always welcome, a place you can go and they're always glad you came. A place where everybody knows your name. right? The troubles are all the same. And the troubles that we carry can be lightened by a story, a conversation, or just the quiet comfort of belonging together, right? So this is going to be a hub for learning, laughter, curiosity, connection. It's a place where children will discover the magic of reading, where students will look for their answers, job seekers will navigate new paths, and our neighbors, our community, will simply find a warm place to be. So to everyone who contributed, the staff, the construction crews, I'm sorry, Ken, I got to do it. Come on up here for a minute. Brandon, please, wherever you are, please come up. So Randon lived in a trailer for a couple of years. No. And Ken and Randon have guided us through this entire project. I'm not going to say it was easy, but you made it as easy as it possibly could be. And for that, I'm going to present you with this certificate of occupancy. With that, I'm going to introduce one of the true champions for this project, Commissioner Forsty Grubb.
It's so wonderful to see you all here on this glorious day for our community that has been so long coming. It's a dream. We've got a fully renovated and expanded library that will serve our community into the 21st century. I am here representing the entire Board of Commissioners. All of us, every single one of us, was unified in support of this library project because we knew how much it meant to the community. We owe a debt of gratitude to so many people, as you've already heard, who made this project a reality. And I want to mention two people in particular. First, Dave Furman, for his leadership. Thanks to his very careful stewardship, we are opening on time and on budget. And so that is a tribute to him. I also want to thank Dave for all his patience when I and other commissioners called, texted, and emailed him about this project to get the latest news. Second, I want to mention Larry Holmes. For 20 years, Larry Holmes has been advocating for the library as a commissioner. He is the commissioner who is still on the board, who over 20 years has been fighting for the library, advocating for our budget, reminding everyone what important part of Haverford Township it is. And so I want to thank Larry Holmes for his persistence and tenacity. So our library is a testament to what our community can achieve when we all come together, as several people have already said. It also represents a promise for the vision of our township as we look into the future and we think about approving our comprehensive plan for 2035. This library could not have come at a better time when the township is looking toward a very exciting future. The library opening demonstrates that Haverford Township is the strongest, most energizing, and exciting place to live in Delco. Our library has always welcomed everyone, no matter who they are or where they come from. Our kids grew up in the library. It was the first place I brought them when we moved here, after the grocery store, of course, and Swiss Farm. And now the library has spaces for everybody because we've expanded it so much. Little children learning to read, older children wanting to find out about dinosaurs or zombies, teens looking for that popular YA novel, adults wanting the latest mystery or movie, seniors looking for computer help, and groups coming here for a common interest or cause, and so much more. I've always believed that the library is the heart of our township, and that is really true today as I look around and see all of you here. anybody can walk through the doors and find a place to be here. Our reincarnated library is a promise that we're making to the future residents of the township, that they will always have a place to go, a place where they can be who they really are, and a place where they can thrive. So it's a wonderful day here in our neighborhood. So thank you all for coming.